Hey guys, Sam here at NA Studios. I'm going to be taking a look at Reaper. This is a free DAW, a free piece of software that you can use as a workstation. I'm going to try it for mastering. I'm going to see what I can do here. Now, I'm using mastering in kind of a loose sense. I prefer to think of this as kind of a post-mix maybe. I find that when you have your mix in front of you and you've got all your kicks, snare, hi-hats, toms, whatever, you can lose sight a little bit. You can't quite be as objective as you can once you've got the entire file there. So I'm going to treat this as a bit of a kind of a comparison mix. I'm going to take a track by the same artist that has previously been mastered and try and achieve something similar to that. So this is the band Smokescreen. This is the band that I sing and play in. You can check the link down below. The reference track here is The Chase, which was from the previous EP, 2016. And then the track that we're actually mastering, or post-mixing, whatever, is Tabula Rasa. This one's on Spotify now. I'll put the link in the description. So let's have a listen to the track that we've got to mix and see if we can hear any issues there. Okay, let's hear the reference track. Okay, so there's an obvious volume difference there, which you're not going to worry too much about at the moment. It's about, yeah, I'd say it's around 10 dB. Let's go between one to the other. Yeah, about 10 dB difference. Wow. Okay, so let's forget about the volume for a moment. Let's just have a look at what Reaper has to offer plugin wise. Now, I'm using SonarWorks on my output. It's simply because my the screen capture software doesn't like it on the system device for some reason. Whatever, so I'm just using it as an output in the main section. That's the only piece of non Reaper software that I'm using. So we've got two sections really. We've got all these, which they call them VSTs, all these compressors, EQs, gates, loads of stuff for mixing that we can also use for mastering. And then we've got this JS stuff. So this is the JavaScript stuff. So we can actually use these in a really interesting way. Let's have a look at an EQ, for example. So let's have a look at this, a 3x3 EQ. What we can do is have a look at these parameters, and then if one of them we want to slightly change the parameters that we have there, we can actually go into the code and we can make it so that, okay, the high gain, we don't want it just to be down to minus 12 and plus 12. We can say 15 and minus 15. Then we can recompile it, save that, and then I've completely forgotten if that was the low gain or high gain now. That was a high gain. Okay, so then we can go into the high gain and we can say, okay, it's actually going to minus 15 now instead of minus 12. Or we can make it make the resolution far smaller so that the fader will have a bit more effect. So let's say we only want it to go to minus 5 and plus 5. Let's full reset and let's recompile that. Let's save it. And then from there, we can only go up to plus 5. So the resolution is going to get a little bit better. And that's really handy. You can do that for all those plugins. Every plugin that comes with this JavaScript editor, essentially. Now, I'm no expert on JavaScript, but I can change some numbers. That's all I need to do, really. I can't code, but I can change a number from 15 to 25, apparently, when I'm meant to be 12. So that's really handy. You don't need to be able to code. You just need to be able to change a few things in there. Okay, so let's have a listen to this from an EQ point of view, and let's see what the differences are. I'm actually not going to use the 3x3 because I find that the 4x4 is a bit more comprehensive. So let's pop that in. Let's have a listen to the balance issues here, because balance is number one for mastering. It's balance. It's bass, middle, it's treble. So let's have a listen to the difference. First, the reference track. Okay, I feel like the reference track is a bit more in the high mids, and the track we're mastering is a bit more in the highs. I like the highs though. I feel like the high end in the track we're mastering, the balance is a bit better in the high end. The reference track I feel is kind of lacking a little bit. We're not looking to make a carbon copy. We're just looking to use that as kind of a guide. So I'm actually going to leave the high end as it is in Tabula Rasa, and then I'm going to bring up a little bit of those mids. Now, in this one, can we actually edit the mid-range frequency? That is the question. Okay, so it's got a low-mid crossover and then a high crossover. Okay, so at the moment, the mid-high crossover is 2.4K and the low-mid crossover is 240. So if we bring that, we're just going to affect the mids here, so we don't need to worry anything about making it so we can't use the high band or the low band, because we're just using it for the mids. So let's bring that up to, let's bring that up all the way, 500, and then 510. I tell you what, let's go into it. Let's change that a little bit. So high mid crossover, let's make it so that can go all the way up to 800, for example. I think that's going to be a bit more useful. Let's close that. Okay, and we can now not go up to 800. Brilliant. Oh, I can go down to 800. Okay, I'm with you. So that's not the low mid crossover that I've done. That's the one. There we go. So that goes up to 800. So now we've got fully swept. That's fine. Full recompile. Cool. We can go up to 800 now. Excellent. I love these plugins. It's really cool. Imagine being able to edit the plugins and the parameters that you've got. It's absolutely genius. So I want to make that, I think it's going to be around the 800 region that I'm going to be adding. And then let's pop that down to 1.5-ish. And let's boost it a little bit. The doing things that made me feel alive. It needs to be a bit higher than that, I think. 800 up to around there. The doing things that made me feel alive. No, I want it a bit higher than that still. Okay, let's put this up to 1,000. Down to 1,000, excuse me. Let's put that up to 1,000. Didn't want you. There we go. For reset. Let's save it. Okay. There we go. We got some crunch. Yeah, cool. Okay, I like that. I'm just going to back it off and then bring it up again because I think it was a bit too much. Cool. And then remember that the high end is now starting at 1.8 kilohertz. So if we want to brighten that a little bit, we're not affecting the actual high end. It's just the mid-range more. So it's kind of that 1.8 up. Let's try driving that a little bit. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so we can kind of saturate the high end, the mid-range, and the lows. I love this. This is awesome. Okay, so we can do some gain up and down. We can do some saturation in those specific frequency bands, and we can change our crossover point. This is cool. And then with. Wow, that's done something that, you know, when people use analog EQs and they kind of bang a load of high end on it and they say, well, it's brightened it, but I can't really tell that it's brightened it. And it's a weird thing to say, whereas they've just made it the whole thing more present, but it doesn't sound EQ'd. And to me, that's exactly what this has just done. We've driven the high end a little bit and we've added a bit more of that kind of 1K, 1.8K area. It doesn't sound EQ'd, it just sounds like it's been opened up a little bit. That's fantastic. I'm impressed with that. So without first. That's awesome. I love that. So it doesn't sound EQ'd, it just sounds a bit more open. Excellent. Whatever. So what I'm going to do now is, I feel like the kick and snare are punching out a little bit. I feel like I need to compress that center channel. Kind of a mid-side thing. I don't feel like the sides are really jumping out too much. I feel like it's just that kick and snare. Let's have a listen to it and listen to just that center, the kick and the snare, in comparison to the reference. So it may be a bottom end thing. Let's try multiband first. Let's try and get rid of some of that bottom end, make it so it's not quite punching through as much. Let's see where, I don't know where that multiband is. Let's have a look. I'm assuming it'll be, have we got one in here, or do we have to go into the JS stuff? Rear comp, there might be one, but I'm just missing it. I can't tell. Should have prepared for this, shouldn't I? X comp, there we go. I reckon that's going to be it. Hey, check me out. Right, let's try and take it down a little bit, that bottom end then. So that's setting the threshold of the bottom end. Okay, so different frequencies, etc. Okay, cool. And once again, can we change this? No, it's not JS one. Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's use what they got. Let's set it to quite aggressive, and let's try and bring down that bottom end. Oh, auto gain, no. Bad. Don't use auto gain. It's rubbish. No, rubbish. That's affecting the guitar too much. I'm going to make that super, super fast and super, super fast release as well. Well, not quite as fast. I think that's just going to distort if I do that. Let's see. Okay, that's better and it's not distorted. Having an attack at 0 kind of means it's just going to square off the wave, doesn't it? But it hasn't squared off the wave. It doesn't sound like it has anyway. I don't know, whatever. And bringing that release down as well. It's just acting as like the fastest peak limiter you've ever heard. One thing I'm looking at is I've got a little bit of an orange dial, something around there. I wonder what that means. Let's try turning some stuff off. Or is it the frequency? No, it's not frequency. Now I can't remember what frequency it was back there. Comment below if you can tell me what they are. I'd be interested to see, because those ones are kind of the same, and that one's not the same. But I don't think it's the threshold. No, it's not the threshold. And I remember the number this time. Okay, I don't know what they are. Comment below if you can tell me, because I'd be interested to find out. Okay, so I've taken out a little bit of that bottom end, which is going to mean we're going to have to do less compression on the entire mix in the center channel, which is good. Less compression is better. More compressors doing a small amount of compression is better than one compressor doing a massive amount of compression. Cool. Okay, let's add... I think it's in the JS stuff. There's like a Fairchild thing, and it's cool. Let's search for it. That would be easier. A fairly childish compressor. I see what you did there. Right, so we've got our... we can make it left and right, or we can make it lat-vert. So left, right, lateral, vertical. We can make it so that the compressor either affects left and right together and lat-vert together, or just left, just right, or just the lateral, so just the stuff on the lateral plane, so left and right, or just stuff in the vertical plane, so just stuff down the middle. So lateral is left and right, the side stuff, and vertical is mid stuff. Cool, simple. Right, let's do it. Let's just take down some of that mid section, see how we get on. Yeah, that's definitely what I was doing. That's good. Okay. Cool. That's affecting it quite heavily. Now, the Fairchild has got loads of time constants, hasn't it? It's not just an attack and release, and I can't remember what they are. So I'm just going to play around with them. I'm just going to see what happens. RMS window, I understand those words, but not in this context, so I don't care about that for a minute. Let's just keep that where it is. What does that mean as well? Let me know, because I don't know. Vertical, that's what we're doing. Okay, let's change the time constant, see if we can tell what it does. Okay, I think that makes the attack slower. It sounds like it's choking a little bit here, and after I put it to number 2, it sounds like it's slower. I reckon we can probably tell from looking at this. But I can't read code, so that's probably a stupid idea. Let's have a look, though. Those are all numbers and letters. Okay, here we go. Oh, genius. Right, so time constant 1. So that's the attack time, that's the release time. So attack and release, use those at the base level. Okay, I was wrong. It actually leaves the attack the same and makes the release slower. And then number 3, attack slightly slower, and then release. I don't know why I'm reading this to you, because you can read words. But have a look at those. So essentially, the release time gets a lot slower as you go along, and the attack time also does. I didn't think that was the case. I thought they were different, but they're not. Okay, see you later. Right, let's change them then. So let's go up here, vertical. Let's go really, really gentle. No, it's leaving a hole in the middle. Let's go somewhere in the middle. God, no. Okay, cool. I feel like that's kind of a good level. So let's see what that actually is. Number 3, time constant 3. Where is it? Number 3. So that's attack time of, presumably these are seconds. They might not be actually. No, if they're seconds, that is well fast. No, so that's milliseconds, fourth of a millisecond. Don't know. Fast. This is what it is. It's well fast. And then release is 2 whatever. 2 seconds. That doesn't sound like 2 seconds to me. I don't think that's going to be 25 seconds. That would be insane. Why would you ever need a release time of 25 seconds? The answer is you wouldn't. I don't know. It doesn't really matter what they are, to be honest, because we're using our ears. Something not actually using our eyes. We're not actually saying, okay, I want this to be 75 milliseconds. We're just saying that needs to be faster. So we kind of listened to it and said, well, that's choking it, so I need something that's a bit slower. No, that's much too slow. Let's have somewhere in the middle. That's what we've done, and it sounds good. So that's fine. Cool. All right, let's have a listen to it in comparison to the one. It's got whoop, 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 whoop. It's got a bit of blobbiness. Let's go back to the EQ. Let's take that out. Oh no, I've changed those. All right, let's put another one in. Let's put another EQ in. Get rid of those. 3-band EQ, doesn't matter. Whatever. Let's just put an EQ in and let's chuck it up there somewhere. Can I do that? Yes, Reaper. Love it. Cut before you boost, even though it's not compressing, doesn't matter. Okay, mid frequency. That's what I want. It's got some whoofiness to it. So let's take out somewhere. Okay, this is about the resolution, so I can only go from like there. It's going up like 130 hertz there. I know I can type it in, but I don't want to. I want to be fancy and do this. Mid frequency. Mid frequency. There we go. We don't need to go up to 22k. We don't want all that kind of stuff. Let's just go up to like 6k, and let's start at 100. Reset. Save. Frequency. It's not worked. Why has it not worked? That's weird. Have I done the wrong one? Slider 1, slider 4, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be why. I've changed the wrong one. 6, 1, 2, 3. Cool. Don't know what that 1 means. We'll find out in a minute. Cancel. Compile, reset. Has that changed it? Bang on. I love this. Imagine being able to alter your plug-in stuff. That's well cool. All right, it's honky. So let's get rid of some of that low range, low mid range. The doing things that made me feel alive. There's something. Nope. The doing things that made me feel alive. There's something. Yeah, that sounds horrible. Sorry about that. You didn't want your ears anyway, did you? Okay. Let's get out there. The doing things that made me feel alive. There's something keeps me alive. It romanticizes shit that we endured. It's cleaned it up, but I kind of feel like I want a Q control on there as well. But I haven't got one, so I can't have one. Never mind. Maybe you can change the Q in here. That would be awesome if you could. Maybe you can, but I don't understand what any of these words mean. So, don't know. Maybe you can. Not sure. Or using the plugin. Right, let's have a listen to the difference then. It's far closer, and I kind of like this one, the top end of it. It's better in comparison to that one. It kind of feels a little top end light. So let's turn the plugins off, then turn them on, see how it sounds. The doing things that made me feel alive. There's something keeps me alive. It romanticizes. All right, let's try and compress that in a different way. I don't really like the compressor that I've got on there. Let's see. None of these make much sense to me. I've tried a lot of them, and they don't really have master tone compressor. That might be good. Let's see. No, they don't have any attack and release times. That's useless to me. I don't want that. I want something that I can actually manipulate. Digital versatile compressor, digital versatile. No. Oh yeah. Sorry, attack and release. Okay, cool. Let's have a look. Something. Let's go 2 to 1. Let's go crazy, and let's try and squash it a bit and make it sound a bit fatter, or to make it gain. No, never. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. It's saying it's taken off what? Like 5 to 6 dB, and I can't hear any difference. Is that me? It's making no difference whatsoever, I swear. I'm going to bring down that attack. I shouldn't have to. It should still do something. Nothing at all. Is that just me, or is that just not doing anything at all? I don't know. Let's try something different. Compressor. I've got to say, out of the compressors that I've used on here, no, not so great. Don't really like them. I'm sure they're great for, I don't know, I'm sure some people can get a good sound out of them. You look weird. But oh God, I can't. I just don't like it. I just don't think they really do a whole lot. That's ominous. I'm not going to use them. Okay, where's my threshold? Oh, it's one of the weird ones. Oh. I just find this, this seems needlessly complicated to me. There's no threshold. There's no, there's a gain, attack and release, but what does that mean? What's a gain, attack and release? Maybe if I read the manual. Is there a manual? Does Reaper have a manual? I don't know. I'm not going to do that. I can't get along with that. Right, what I found is that I don't like compressors that come with Reaper. What's the normal compressor? What's just, draw me a picture of a compressor and I want it to be that. It's this one really, isn't it? Rear comp. That didn't seem to do anything either. It just wasn't, it wasn't compressing. It wasn't doing anything. Let's take it up to 2 pre-comp. I don't understand what that is. Okay, let's try it anyway. You're doing nothing. Nothing's happening. Let's bring it right down. It's the magical compressor that doesn't compress. Right, I'm bringing that ratio up. I'm going attack well fast, release well slow, and seeing if I can actually hear a difference. I think I can hear a little bit on the snare. I don't know if I'm making that up. I'm not sure. Why can't I get the compressors to do anything on Reaper? Am I being an idiot? Let me know below if I'm being an idiot, because I can't get any compressors to actually compress. This is the only one that I can actually get to do anything. That's annoying. Right, okay, whatever. I'm getting rid of that. Go away. Right, anyway, let's have a listen to the difference. I feel like the reference track is more compressed, but seeing as I can't get any of the compressors to actually compress, I don't know what to say. I'm going to maybe do another one of these and see if I can actually get the compressors to do anything. Please, can someone like link me of how to get the compressors to do something? Is it just me? Am I being stupid? I don't know. I couldn't get any of those compressors to do anything. That was so bizarre. Maybe my ears are shot. I don't know. I've just played drums for like an hour and a half. Maybe I just can't hear anything. Don't know. Always wear hearing protection. Anyway, okay. So can you master in Reaper? Can you post-mix in Reaper? Yeah, you can, if you can get the compressors to do anything. I don't know. I don't think it's Reaper's fault. I think maybe I'm just doing something weird. I think maybe if you had like an individual snare, then you could maybe get it to do something if you had an individual vocal or whatever. I just don't feel like they're amazing for master bus processing. I think that's the truth. I think they're going to be good for individual stuff, but for master bus, you kind of need something specific, don't you? And I think a lot of the sound of a master bus processor is like the actual saturation-y stuff, the actual analog-y, not analog, but it's the character that it adds, isn't it? And these Reaper ones, whilst they're digital ones, they're not adding any character and they're not purporting to add character. So maybe that's what they're good at. Maybe they're good at being really clean and digital and versatile, which is not what I particularly want in a compressor on a bus. Who knows? I don't know. So can you master in it? Yeah, you can. Can you post mix in it? Yeah, you definitely can. I wouldn't prefer it though. I think I'd want to use something else maybe. Let me know, do you use Reaper? Am I doing something absolutely ridiculous here? Please let me know. I don't use it a whole lot. I'm just on the evaluation license. I use it for live recordings because it's so lightweight. It's fantastic. That's what I find Reaper really handy for. Just sticking it on a USB stick, banging it in a laptop and just recording a live set through a digital desk. Hey presto, it's fantastic. On my laptop, 2014 MacBook Pro, Logic, it can't do that. It can't do like 16 tracks at once because it's from 6 years ago. Right, as always, drop a comment below if you like what you see. If there's anything there that I've covered that you think, Sam, what the hell are you on about? And there probably is a load because I couldn't get those compressors to work. Make sure you subscribe for more content. Check out the other mastering videos that I've done, demos to masters, all that kind of stuff. Thanks for checking it out. Take care.